Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and hopefully today won't be too long of a tangent. But yeah, today, um, I went in a rabbit hole of a lot of racist stuff, and I made a poem called "They Come From There." And it was based off this Jerry Springer clip I saw on Instagram, and it was like immediately like it was like right. And I do find that a lot of my poetry comes from a place of pain, anger, and even sadness. um I can write happy poetry, however, like it's not passionate like the painful, angry stuff. So I do believe that the poet in me is my parts that are tired, fed up, angry with how things has been going and how things look like they're going to continue to go. But there is hope in my poetry also, because I say it like we all, are walking around with these triggers. And, if you feel triggered by some of my poetry or some of the things I talk about, like literally that is your sign that that is a spot for you that maybe is a wounded area, and you got some work to do in that area. And it is not meant, and malice is literally meant in what I'm saying. Like, you literally have some work to do, because we can't all go through life tiptoeing over people's triggers. So like, we're literally living in a world where it feels like it's a landmine, and you have to be careful of what you say and how you say it, even if it's the truth. Like, and I'm not saying like, people are saying things in an abusive way, because that shouldn't be tolerated. I am literally saying people can literally be minding their business, creating, or talking. I would just say like they could be talking about their own personal experiences, or they could be talking about um politics or religion and what it means to them. And all of a sudden you'll have a wounded person that immediately what you have said has taken them to a place where you couldn't even imagine it taking them because you're looking at it from your perspective, and they're looking at it from theirs. And there is this trauma dumping that then happens, because it's like, now it's like you've triggered them, and so now it's your fault. And you essentially are dealing with someone who is wounded, and they want you to understand how wrong you are. And in a lot of cases, some people are not wrong. And I think this goes to the culture of abuse. We have been so deeply abused that we don't even realize that truth is triggering. Truth does hurt, and it doesn't mean that it needs to be silenced. It means that it needs to be heard. The more that we face the truth is the more that we will heal, the more that we will overcome things. I do feel like truth to me is definitely, you have facts, right? I look at facts as facts. These are things that literally happen exactly the way they happen. And then you have perspectives. And I find that when things happen to us, that's when you get perspectives. And so that means that you got this person's story, that person's story, and then in the middle somewhere you have what actually happened. And we're all just perceiving what actually happened differently. Sometimes in certain cases we're not all wired to see stuff the same, and that's fine. However, facts are facts, and you cannot change facts, and we should not change facts. That's why we're here. So I did want to make this video to kind of like bring awareness to, it is not our responsibility to nurture the wounds of adult people who truly have been mistreated or abused. It is just our responsibility to tell things as they are. And I don't mean that in that old school thinking of I get to be a nasty bitch and say shit so bluntly and nasty that, you just can't handle the truth. No, I just mean like really be factual about information. Leave the emotions at the door. I don't leave my emotions at the door. However, I don't feel like my emotions are trying to take people out either. It's some people who emotions are rogue because you're not allowing your emotions to be. So I don't mean it in that way. I don't mean it in that way of you get to disrespect people and be nasty just because you're telling the truth. That's obnoxious and you got some work to do. And it's fine because we all do. So we're not looking for perfection in this world. We just know that it could be a lot better than what it is. So I just wanted to make a video about it not being your responsibility, my responsibility, or nobody else's responsibility to make sure that you're not triggered, another person is not triggered. It is their responsibility to have awareness and realize that's a trigger for me, and then to sit with that and work with that. There are resources out here. You got therapy, you got religion, you got spirituality, you got so many avenues out here for healing. Pick your cup. Pick your cup. It's a lot of stuff. So I consider like therapy and all that stuff to be more of like your science-based stuff that is these are things that we have utilized over and over again, and we've monitored and we've seen that these things work. I believe in science, and I also believe in religion, and I also believe in spirituality. For real, to me, I feel like you're not really truly a religious person if you're not spiritual. So, but you can be spiritual and not be religious. So, that's just my take on that. But, yeah, like, I don't know, that came to me, and that's one of the things I've learned on this journey. A lot of times in my past life, I call it my past life. I do have other past lives, but I mean my past life on this earth is in those last 33 years that I was living. I stayed silent a lot because of not wanting to hurt other people's feelings. And I knew how much the truth hurt because the truth was always presented to me. It was something that I always wanted to hide from and run from, but the truth is what it is. And, the moment that you start to face the truth is the moment that life gets better for you. It will piss you off, I promise you. Like, all I can hear is for real. The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. Like, I think that was on Lemon. I don't know. I can't remember which song it is, but with him and Rihanna. Yeah. I can't remember which song it is, but I do remember him saying it, and that's all I could hear when I was thinking just now was, I guess I'm channeling music. I literally always channel music, and I don't know why, but I love it. Okay. I love it because it has given me like a strong musical background. I think I always had one, but yeah, I heard that. And so yeah, the truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. And I think that is okay. Like, it is okay to be pissed off at the truth. It was hidden from you, so it's not really the truth you're mad at, it's who hid it from you fault. So me saying that, I definitely grew up too with, the whole Adam and Eve concept. And I don't think a lot of people think deeply about it, but like the whole scenario around that, like, I'm not debunking anybody's religion. I don't need nobody coming on here telling me their perception of this story. I am solely just sharing my perception of this story. And we can agree to disagree because I won't argue with you. But this is how I see things. When I was told the story about Adam and Eve, once I read it myself, it literally had me feeling like, ignorance is bliss, and that's where we're supposed to be at, right? And to seek knowledge was evil or some type of burden, or not a crutch but a burden, um for eating from the tree of knowledge, caused all these problems and stuff like that. Just to grow up and realize, like, knowledge literally has set me free. Knowledge has brought me closer to God than I've ever felt in my whole entire life, except for when I had my near death experience. I think that was about the closest I was ever to God, because I was about to meet the Maker. So, but yeah, like, for me, knowledge and truth has been the things that set me free. Facing the truth, facing the parts that I always ran from, um, acknowledging other people's truth has set me free, and just sitting with facts. And I just, this is beyond people's perceptions, just sitting with real facts, cookie cutter facts. On this date, this happened, da 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 da. Cookie cutter facts. Now, I will say, with American history, the facts have been manipulated. So even if you have current events and stuff that have happened, maybe you don't know what happened behind the scenes, and I do encourage you to start exploring your own research into things. You do not have to be a scholar to research. Literally, you have $1,000 phone in your hand that kids in Congo and people in Congo, period, have sacrificed their lives, have been pushed out of their communities. It's a genocide going on over there too. So please utilize these phones that you constantly upgrade each year. And when I say you, I mean me too, baby. Like, I swear to you, like, there is no chip on my shoulder. I have participated in this as well, but now that I know what I know, I am trying to be more conscious of how I contribute to genocide. We have genocide going on. I know everybody knows about Palestine, which I post about that a lot on Palestine, Sudan, Congo. Like, I literally have been dedicating my time to learn Swahili, just because I know I'm going to Africa one day. And when I go, I do want to know how to speak at least one of the languages, because Africa is a continent. It is not a country. And there are so many language groups that Africa has as a whole, because it's a continent, not a country. And so I do want to go to Congo one day, and I do want to go to Nigeria. I want to go to Ghana. I want to go to Egypt. It's a lot of different places I want to visit. I want to visit Mali. And even outside of, like, the popular ones, like Ethiopia, like, I want to visit there. I do, want to visit some of the other places. I would even love to sit down with some tribal people, but like I said, I don't know languages, so, but that would be, like, one of my dreams come true, is to sit with actual tribal people and to be able to have a conversation. Because, boy, do they have the knowledge. They have the knowledge that we seek on a day-to-day basis. They have less distractions than us, so they're more in tune with the earth and the universe around them. So a lot of the systems that we study today, astronomy, astrology, they had already cracked these codes back in ancient times. Like, they already knew this stuff. And we just have this grandiose perception of ourselves as we are the smartest civilization, and we're literally not paying attention to that. We're literally advancing way too fast. We're literally what we're advancing for is not even for the greater good. Like, it's getting worse. There's just so much, like, we're not doing the greater good with what we know. And I just feel like tribal people are like the epitome of knowing what you know and being humble, knowing what you know and taking care of the earth, knowing what you know and not letting it go to your head. Like, so I just look at them like the humble people of the earth. They know so much more than us, and but yeah, we think we know it all. And I think that was another song that came to my head. The man that knows nothing knows that he know nothing at all. I think that was um Erica Badu. I think that was Erica Badu. Or either Laura Hill. Because both of them live rent free in my head. Like, I literally grew up. I'll never forget. Like, I had a elementary school teacher, and she played the Miss Education of Lauryn Hill all the time. And that album came back to me when I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. Like, I listened to that faithfully and realized a lot of truths. And she played Erica Badu, and I remember, like, yeah, On and On, she introduced me to that, even though that was a popular one, but she used to play it. Then I had a teacher when I was in middle school who was an India.Arie fan, and I think she also introduced, I knew who Jill Scott was, India.Arie, I knew who all these people were, but like, they literally played the music that wasn't just on the radio, if that makes sense. So thankful for them. Shout out to them. Um, don't even remember neither one of their names, but I definitely remember the impact, and I can see their faces. So, but yeah, I just was thinking about that, like, it's not our responsibility to tiptoe around other people's triggers. It's our responsibility to be respectful and to be kind. It is our responsibility to tell our truth. We don't ever silence yourself. Like, that's one of the things I wish I could tell my younger self is like, don't fucking silence yourself ever again. Like, don't do that. Be you. You being you will attract the people that are meant to be in your life, and it is a beautiful thing once they enter. It is a beautiful thing once you love yourself enough to realize who is who. Just discernment, period. I think living the life that I lived and ignoring my intuition and my discernment was very detrimental to a lot of repeated cycles happening. And it's like, now that I am who I am, and that's many things, um I have this level of discernment that I'm so happy for. I feel like a lot of us get caught up on what someone is doing in their path, and we don't focus on our path enough. And I feel like for my path, I'm able to maneuver certain ways that other people may not be able to, and that's okay. I think we all have different paths, and what may be scary for you or what may be a no-no for you is a go for me. And I think we have to learn how to stop judging and be okay with that. Like, well, that's that other person's path. Wish them luck, blessings, and protection, but stop judging. Like, I've met so many people with some rough paths that a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, like, what like, just shun them, guilt them, shame them. And they were beautiful fucking people. And those that were able to make it out of those paths blossom to be even greater beautiful people. And they're doing so much good work out here because of the path they had. They are able to help other people because of the path that they had. They understand that the path that other people are on that has similar paths as them, so they're able to help other people. So I always say, like, stop judging people. I'm guilty as charged. I did that video the other day. I judged the shit out of that lady letting that monkey suckle from her breast. But I had to check myself and feel like, that was her path. And maybe God gonna bless her for taking one for the team, because He knew who to put that on. He couldn't put that one on me. Like, he couldn't put that one on me. Because I would have been like, I'd have lost my mind. Like, sign me up. Hold on. Like, take me to the hospital. And that's what I feel like we need to realize as human beings. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. And we need to just realize, like, all of our paths are not the same. They are not aligned. We might cross paths. We might come in contact with each other. But some of us are supposed to be only seasonal transactions. Some of us are not meant for the whole duration of this lifetime. Some of us are solely meant to be a test or a lesson or a blessing to someone else, and just keep that shit moving if it is not aligned with you. But stop projecting. I project like nobody's business. And I have to check myself. And I think that's just what this whole life experience is about. It's about gaining awareness and learning you. Stop trying to learn other people and you ain't learned you. And learn to listen to you too. Like, learn to listen to you. Learn to listen to the voices in your head, because they'll make you think you're not supposed to have no voices there. But me and my voices get along just fine. And you know, so I listen to me now. I try not to go too rogue off my path. But my path is pretty free, so it really ain't no wrongs or right with me. Like, basically, I could fuck around and find out, and I'll be okay. So, yeah, I don't know. All that stuff just came to me. There was some other things I had planned to discuss, but stuff just started flowing. So I am just gonna let these videos be as they are. I'm sorry for the background noises. I literally have a million devices that I have to use for my business. I try to keep stuff separate. So, but yeah, like, this has been a journey. My dog is barking now. I am also going to paint today, which gives me great happiness. I have been struggling to find fun because I am so isolated, because I don't have all the things that I'm used to having around me. It's in storage. And I did try to go to storage this weekend, but left my damn key because I'm not driving my car, so I didn't bring my car keys. And I just forgot. So it didn't work out. But however, I'm broke as a joke. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Treat yourself. Like, literally, you really gonna deny yourself a paint? Like, you gonna deny yourself a paint and canvas? Girl, there's people out here doing far worse with their money. Like, go ahead and treat yourself. And so I did that. I do want to start walking again, but like, the neighborhood that we're in is like the dogs roam free. Like, I don't even trust walking my dog outside our property. Like, I don't, because like, they let their dogs roam free, so like, it's different sections, and it's like, this dog on this section. It's like the block, bitch. Like, and I don't know these dogs, so these dogs literally chase the car when I'm coming down the road. I do see other people walking. However, granted, like, I'm not from here, and I'm not going to be walking around those strange dogs. So I've been limited to the property, and which is a vast property, but I'm not going into the deep woods. I don't want Lyme disease or any other type of disease that comes from ticks and other critters. So I just, I try to stay it in the yard that has been cleared. So I literally have been redefining what fun and happiness is for me. I think this is a beautiful thing, even though it has felt extremely painful and extremely uncomfortable, because I realized, like, literally, I've been busting my ass on my goals and my financial and career paths and dreams. And even with me busting my ass, like, it still does not feel nothing like it was when I was stuck in hustle culture. I'm hustling now, but I feel like the mainstream hustle culture. I'm hustling my ass off now. However, I am aware when I need a break. I am definitely not steadfast in my goals. I will make a goal. If I complete the goal, that is what's up. To like the Reiki thing and the psychic development course and so my Reiki training, that was like a goal that I accomplished. Like I saw that for myself months ago, literally took the money and invested it into taking that class months ago. And I literally did it. Like I didn't give up on myself. I've learned so much. I'm still learning. Like I showed you yesterday in the video, like I literally have a calendar where I dedicate 2 hours of study time. Sometimes I don't always meet the 2 hour mark. Some days I study maybe 5 hours. So I'm making up even if I have an off day. So it's just really another thing was I set this goal for myself to have my business site up by the end of August, beginning of September. And I did that maybe like in I want to say I maybe set that goal for myself maybe like what was it? I want to say May or April. And then I kept that in my head and I actually ended up doing it. So it wasn't, that I was just sitting there beating myself up like you better do this. Like literally my first rough draft of my website got deleted and misplaced. I don't even know how. Which I literally had to start it all over again. And I'm okay with that. Like I like what I came up with the second go round. Things happen for a reason. You'll start to figure that out. And I just go with the flow of things and it all worked out. I was able to pull it off. If I ever need to make tweaks to it, right, I can make tweaks to it. But it's up there, it's out there in the universe, and if you build it, they'll come. So, that is awesome. But yeah, I do have goals that I don't meet, and I'm fine with that too. Like, I think biggest thing for me is just learning rest, and rest doesn't equal sleep. Rest equals taking your mind off of work, off of being productive in a sense. Self care. I had to pick self care back up. It was starting to fall off. Just making sure I am putting back into myself as I am putting into these financial dreams and this business, my education. Like I need to pour into me like I'm pouring into those things. So it's not so much that, I got to worry about me pouring into people and them not pouring back into me. Thank God has weeded and seeded a lot of people that was not meant for me and has, revealed who was always there and has also blessed me with some newcomers who I absolutely adore. They are literally, it looks like a rainbow in there. But I got distracted. It's like a glow of light. I like it. I don't even know how it's working because I don't know, y'all. Well, whatever light is beaming over me, I appreciate you. But anywho, I get distracted quick with stuff, and I think stuff like that deserves a distraction. But where was I in my train of thought? Pouring back into myself and all that good jazz. Like, so God has aligned me with some great new people who are literally on the same path as I am. We might have different niches or, stuff like that, but like we're literally into the same stuff and I love that for myself. So like having my old friends who may not even be into this stuff and but we still love each other, respect each other, our views and all that stuff. Having old friends that is on this path and I can relate to that. And just having people who already just fucking get it, and I don't have to say much. Like, they just get it. Like, I found I found my freaks in life. And you know, like I've always, you know, knew I was a weirdo and a freak. I'm a reclaim freak because freak sounds so crazy. And then y'all sexualize it too, but I don't know. Was freak always sexualized? Like freakazoid? I don't know, but I'm gonna reclaim it for the ones who don't fit in. But like, yeah, I've always been my weirdo self. I used to always tell my daughter to never like try to fit in and to be herself, all the while dimming my own light and making myself small, not to fit in. But now it's like, the more and more I open up, the more and more I use my voice, I realize how special I am. And truly, I was not designed to fit in. I was designed to stand out. And I think other people always saw me as a standout, but some people weren't always happy with that. So that brought jealousy. And then the people that were happy about it, because I was used to the people who brought jealousy, I was always cautious or on high alert. So I never really could accept that love and support from them. And it's like, now I'm in a space where like I can accept the love and support. I can accept the encouragement that you bring. Like, that's love to me. Love isn't about what you can buy me. Love isn't about, you know, necessarily what you can do for me. Sometimes it can be. But love to me will always be those who truly have your back, those who, whether they understand or always agree with what you're doing, like, they love and support you anyway. And it might not always show up as what you want as love and support, but it shows up as love and support once you really take a look at it. So I think I'm rambling. I don't know who this message was for, but as all of my videos, I hope that this message finds you somewhere. Whether you're starting your healing journey, whether you're in the middle of your healing journey. I think we're always going to be in the middle of our healing journey until we completely, you know, rise all the way up and burst into a star. So, yeah, just give yourself grace, give yourself patience. It is not your job to walk around this minefield and not blow shit up. You are meant to heal some and trigger some. And I seen this post on Instagram and I think I reposted it, but you're meant to heal some and you're meant to trigger some, and they're both medicine. So that's the way we can look at it. They're both medicine. The triggered person is going to realize that they feel triggered. The person that needs to release